Welcome back to Rethink Movies. Today I'm going to explain an action thriller movie, Title Run. The movie starts with the team of doctors who are trying to save a premature baby, and in other room, Diane, mother of the baby, is lying. As the movie goes forward, we can see Diane enter the room to check with the baby is okay. As movie goes forward, you can see Dan goes into a monthly school meeting, and the host asks her opinion, but she is not paying attention as she is busy in her phone. Then she says her daughter is going to college in a few months, and her life revolves around her daughter, health and safety, and she does not travel anywhere because she has been taking care of her daughter from 17 years. The host calls her brave. The scene shifts to Chloe, who wakes up, and she throws up and applies some cream on her rashes that are on skin. Then she goes down for the breakfast. Diane checks her insulin levels as they were higher than normal, so Chloe takes an injection herself. Diane helped her with some therapy. Then Chloe takes more pills. When the mailman arrives, Chloe rushes to the door, but Diane has collected the letters. As Diane instructs Chloe to use inhaler as she was short of breath, Diane ensures Chloe that if any letter from college comes, she will be the first to inform her. Diane cooked dinner as she plucked tomatoes from her garden. And after she checks Chloe insulin levels she gives her a chocolate. Then Chloe watches videos of college. Like it was her dream to go to that college. Chloe works in her room on a 3D printing machine. Diane asks Chloe what's wrong, to which she replies if she had an iPhone she could tell her. Diane gives medicine to Chloe, then she gets her a glass of wine and watches the video of Chloe's childhood. Next morning, Chloe sees her mom through the window as her mom was taking out groceries from the car. Then Diane gets a call as Chloe sees her mom heading out. She checks the groceries and steals some chocolates and finds some medicines prescribed for her mother. As she hears her mother coming back, she immediately leaves the medicine in the groceries. Diane comes back to give Chloe medicines. Chloe surprised as she notices the same medicine prescribed for her mother. To her mother replies that the name on the medicine is recipient name. Next morning, as her curiosity rises, she don't take her medicine and try to search about the medicine as she creates a claw to reach out to the shelf. Then a car sound comes as she rushes to get the mail, but find her mom again. Chloe was alone in the house. As she starts to examine the medicine, she finds out her name on the label, but when she peel it off, she finds her mother name on the medicine. She realizes that her mother is giving her wrong medicines. Later, her mother gives Chloe her medicine. She doesn't take it. Instead, she swallows those medicines out. Chloe waits for her mother to fall asleep as she researches more about the medicine that her mother was giving her. Unfortunately, there was no internet. As we can see, Diane was watching Chloe from the kitchen. Next morning, we can see Diane arguing with the person over phone as she tells Chloe that the internet will stay down for a while. Diane asks Chloe how she knew about the internet, to which Chloe replies she was using computer to check how to fix printer, but there was no internet yesterday. As Chloe finds her mother distracted, she tries to find more about the medicine as she calls to the medical store. They don't answer her question as they mistaken her voice her mother. Then Chloe gets frustrated, and in the frustration, she dials random number. A man picks up the phone call as he mistaken Chloe as a salesperson. They argue on the phone, but Chloe begged the man to find out about the trioxin pill. After a while, man agrees and tell Chloe about the pill. The man tells Chloe that the pill is used for heart disease and heart failure. And then Chloe asks the man about the color of the pill, to which he replies that it's red in color. Chloe gets confused, cause the medicine she is using is a green color pill. Next morning, Diane and Chloe both go for a movie. As Chloe asked her mother to use the washroom instead going to the washroom, Chloe goes to the pharmaceutical across the street and quickly go to the counter to ask about the medicine, but the pharmacist refuses to tell her about the medicine. So Chloe lies that she and her mother is on a scavenger hunt, and this is the next clue. After a while, pharmacists tell Chloe about the medicine, that this is a muscle relaxing pill and used for dogs. After hearing this, Chloe had a panic attack. Suddenly, Diane came and injected her with a syringe. She takes Chloe home and takes a shower, and we can see some deep scars on Diane's back. Then Dean calls pharmacy and try to convince the pharmacist that they never gave her daughter dog pills. Chloe awakes in her room and finds her door locked. Her mother appears that she's not home, as she manages to open the door lock, but there is something that jamming the door. From outside, Chloe ties bundle of electrical ropes together. And she filled her mouth with the water. And she climbs out of the window to the next room. She plucks the iron on the window of the next room and spits the water on that. As a result, glass shatters of that window, and she climbs through that window. But eventually she ran out of breath. So she crawled back to her room to find inhaler. She drags herself to the room and finds the inhaler. And after that she tries to run away. But as she goes to the stairs, the left had no power. So she throw herself into the stairs and suffered some injuries on her face and knees. As she manages to get herself back on the wheelchair, and she opens the door and escape from that house, she accidentally rolls in front of the truck. The truck immediately stops. As the truck driver comes out and asks her what happened, Diane also gets there and started arguing with the truck driver that her daughter is on medications, so she's not fully conscious and don't know what she's saying. But truck driver suspects Diane and asks Chloe if she wants to go to a hospital or a police station, to which Chloe replies that she wants to go to a police station. As they were going, Diane puts her syringe in the driver's neck, and Chloe starts to freak out, and she goes unconscious. Chloe wakes up in the basement. She finds her college letter in the trash and also finds her childhood photos, in which she was completely normal. And walking as a mother told her that she's like this from her childhood, and she was not able to walk as a child. Chloe also finds a death certificate of Chloe, in which the baby was alive for 2 hours and 11 minutes, and also find the paper cutting, which mentioned the headline of a baby which was stolen from a hospital. Chloe freaks, as she now know that Diane stole Chloe from the hospital to replace her dead child. And we can also see a flashback of Diane holding a dead baby, and later staring the baby and waiting for the nurse to leave. Chloe starts crying, then Diane enters the room, and they both start arguing, and Chloe asks Diane if she ever was sick. Diane takes a pause and starts crying. She says that whatever she has done for Chloe was for her own good. Diane begged Chloe to get back to normal lives as before, in which Chloe refuses, and when she refuses, Diane takes a syringe, start filling it with paint thinner. Chloe knew that Diane will kill her, so she lock herself in a room. As Diane breaks the door, she sees Chloe having a bottle of pills. If injected in a large quantity, they can cause death. Chloe swallows the whole bottle, as Diane tries to omit the pill out from Chloe's body, but she was unsuccessful. Due to this, she is forced to take Chloe to the hospital. Diane argues with the doctor that she wants Chloe treatment to be done at her house, but doctor refuses Diane completely. As Chloe wakes up and she tries to communicate with the nurse, and she tried to grab attention by writing, but she failed, because as soon as she was writing on the paper, the emergency alarms went on. Diane takes this as an advantage, and she abducts Chloe, and as she was taking Chloe out, she tells her that she's no longer going to harm Chloe again. And as the alarm went off, doctor find out that someone has abducted Chloe, as Diane was trying to abduct Chloe, but she was refusing to come. Then Diane pulls out a gun and point the gun straight to Chloe. Police gave warning to Diane, but she is not listening. Before she uses the gun, police officer shot down Diane. 7 years later, we can see Chloe driving, but still she's not fully recovered. As she goes to her unwell mom to meet, Chloe spits up the same pills that Diane was giving her, and she was in shock. As Chloe says to her, "I love you mom," now open wide.